Hi, Assalamualaikum and greetings to Associate Professor Dr. Marlina. My name is Nurul Izzni binti Syamsul Bahari and today I'm going to present my Fyp thesis titled Investigating the Challenges of Teaching English to Young Learners aged 4 to 6 years old in Malaysia during the COVID-19 pandemic. As we acknowledge, the world has been shaken by the existence of COVID-19 that causes numerous changes that then lead to a global pandemic. Due to that, all countries in the world, including Malaysia itself, have enacted a movement control order or MCO that affects all of the sectors in Malaysia. Not to forget, Malaysia's Higher Education Administration also sees all normal learning in public and private school that also involve young learners in kindergarten. In order to fix it, an online and distance learning or ODL has been implemented as a new norm in learning and teaching. According to Widodo and Dewi in their study, English has become one of the most important subjects that is in line with the other subjects that shall be taught at a young age. Hence, young learners English teachers will face more challenges in teaching and learning session through ODL or online and distance learning during COVID-19 pandemic, according to Clement and Yunus in their study. Basically, there are two research objectives, ORO, which is the first one is to investigate the challenges of teaching English to young learners aged 4 to 6 years old, especially during COVID-19 pandemic. And the next one is to recommend strategies in coping with the challenges of teaching English to young learners aged 4 to 6 years old during COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on to the research questions or RQ, the first one is what are the challenges that are faced by English young learners aged 4 to 6 years old teachers in Malaysia during lesson in COVID-19 pandemic. And the second one is what are the strategies in coping with the challenges of teaching English to young learners aged 4 to 6 years old during the COVID-19 pandemic. For literature review, a study conducted by Lucas and Yunus found that teaching English language in online and distance learning or ODL was effective, but somehow still have a few obstacles and limitations. While a study conducted by Atmojo and Nugroho proven that teaching English as a foreign language through online and distance learning or ODL is not going to well because the lack of preparation in teaching and learning itself. And the last study conducted by Clement et al. Proven that e-learning or online learning can be powerful and viable alternative learning mode for Malaysians. For the methodology, mixed method approaches that consisted of qualitative and quantitative methods are being used. The study sample that consisted of 30 of English language teachers for young learners aged 4 to 6 years old from the selected kindergarten, which is Q Disciplinary Alam, was taken. The questionnaire was distributed by using the cluster sampling, which is it is distributed to the two branches of Q Disciplinary Alam in Selangor. The questionnaire consisted of 4 parts of question, which is the research question 1 will be answered through the data analysis from section B, C and D. Meanwhile, research question 2 will be answered through data analysis of section B and C. For findings, the gain data from the demographic information shows that the majority of the respondents are female that took 29 out of 30 respondents. The other one left is male respondent. From the data, the majority of the respondents are 14 teachers that have educational background from STPM or diploma. In addition to that, the respondents are majority recorded as full-time teachers and fluent in English fluency level. They are also consisted of teachers that have been teaching from early 3 months to more than 10 years. Moving on to the findings to answer the first research questions, the findings shows that the majority of the respondents agreed that it is not easy to interact using technology and face so many boundaries in conducting e-learning sessions with students. They also agreed that e-learning with technology is not easy and they face so many problems related with the technology that cause them to feel exhausted from teaching, from the communication barriers problem. And lastly, the respondents also find it difficult for the students to pay attention during e-learning session and causing them to running out of ideas for online class activities. Next is the findings from the data given to answer this question 2. Of course, with challenges, there will come solution or strategies to cope with it. From here, it can be seen that the majority of the respondents still took e-learning and technology as something good and fun when they are familiar with the technology usage in learning and teaching before the COVID-19 pandemic. Majority of them also agreed that they do enjoy exploring the technology. Next, it also can be seen from the collected data that they believe that they have done the best in implementing technology in teaching during COVID-19 pandemic. From this study, it can be observed that the main challenges in teaching English online to young learners aged 4 to 6 years old in Malaysia during COVID-19 pandemic is having to deal with communication barriers between the teachers and students. Other than that, is how the teachers have to deal with the lack of students' attention during e-learning sessions. Lastly, they also face so many challenges in conducting online classes due to the limited knowledge on handling technology. The next discussion is the strategies to cope with the challenges in teaching English to young learners aged 4 to 6 years old online during the COVID-19 pandemic. This can be coped with encouraging all teachers to start to be ready in terms of technology usage in learning and teaching. Apart from that, this is also can be coped with make sure that all the teachers have the knowledge of technology that in line with the teaching strategies. To be concluded, the limited knowledge of technology usage is the main reason of the challenges that are faced by English young learners teachers in Malaysia in teaching online during the COVID-19 pandemic. For the study limitation, the study had a limited number of respondents, which only took 30 participants from 2 branches of private kindergarten, QDs, which then had an unequal distribution of gender respondents. After all, I hope this study could contribute to a greater sight of the challenges and strategies in teaching English to young learners aged 4 to 6 years old in Malaysia during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.